Hello everyone, it's Brian. I'm checking in today. I've been trying to make videos and I think I've kind of overcomplicated them. So today we're going to come out here and check out our resort garden and do a cell phone record and cell phone upload. The reason I'm more motivated to share with what's going on is because it's herb growing weather. I mean, these are perennial herbs that we have growing here, but with the cool weather, they're super happy. So when we take a closer look at them, we'll see how great they're looking. This is wild zatar, so if you're familiar with this area, then this growing area, then you've seen our wild zatar before, and it's got this really nice silvery green. Next door is merangeum, and it's got a brighter green. So, and then the reason I'm out here is to harvest some thyme for our rib roast that we're doing, and we've already harvested some away, and the rib roast is in the oven, and I just came out here to admire the herbs and thought to share with you guys how it's doing. We have this squash plant that's been growing, and just kind of curious to see how it's doing despite our cooler weather. It's producing squash, these little tiny, probably 2-inch squash plants. These are Italian squash, so in the cooler weather they get about 2 inches, so they're pretty interesting. If we have enough to harvest and actually go through the trouble of cooking, that would be really cool. But so probably in the winter time we need a few plants as opposed to just one plant. Up this way we have more herbs. This is winter savory. It's either winter savory or summer savory. I always get the two confused. I'm gonna say winter savory, whichever one that is a perennial. I think one of them is a annual and the other one's perennial. And then we have the Greek oregano that's waking up now since it's cooler. You're gonna have to pardon all the road noise. I know it's a little bit distracting, but today we're just gonna not worry about sound quality. This is our white sage that we've grown from seed. It's actually grows pretty slowly. This is probably the second or going on third year. And then we have more thyme here. And coming down this way, we have these are flowers. These are ranunculus that we stuck in the ground recently. And then I'm very excited about this one. This is a lupin. And we have lupin that grow as wildflowers here in Southern California. And we got the seeds from a nice person up in Marin County. She sent us over some seeds. So if you're on Instagram, you can find her as, I think I'm blanking out on her screen name right now, but if I remember, I'll put it in the comment section. And we have our collard greens. This plant's been growing as perennial for the longest time. You can see how tall it is. It's actually a Brussels sprouts. Here we don't get cold enough weather, and plus also this area doesn't have a lot of rich soil, so it just grows as a pretty cool looking plant. And then coming down this way we have our artichokes. Speaking of cool weather crops, artichokes coming out. And then this is hops that our friend Sean gave us. It looks bad right now, but if you take a closer look, these are all new shoots that are going to come out next year. It's pretty crazy. So this one is, I believe this is a Cascade variety, if I remember correctly. Either Centennial or Cascade. Oh, Centennial. So we're going to look for a better place to put it other than pots. Just have to find it. And then this is our grapefruit or Blanco grapefruit tree that's growing still. And then you know me, I like the dark plants, so this is, I think this is scarlet kale that we just grew here, and this is our sapote tree that's growing slowly. And then down below are some paper whites that are popping up, and these are bulbs that have been here for the longest time. We inherited these bulbs when we moved into this property, going on 8 years. And then coming up this way we have some Tarocco oranges that are finally producing for us, and they're looking good color-wise. This plant has been runty from the get-go, and it's one that we saved from the nursery. I'm feeling differently about saving plants now, especially with citrus disease. Not that this one is diseased or anything, or I think it's just runty, but from now on we're just going to plant very, very healthy, robust plants just to help with fighting off diseases and stuff. So yeah, that's something that we want to concentrate on in the future. And then some germander sage. So they're part of the herb family, and they're liking the cooler weather. And then our zinnia have gone to seed now, so that's them down there. And I guess Gynara progumbens, this is also known as a diabetes plant. It's also really liking the cooler time of this year, so it's really exploded in growth. And that pretty much concludes our tour of this area, and a very quick sneak peek on what's been taking up a lot of my energy is this. So we'll talk about more about that maybe in the future. It has to do with our home edition. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this one. Thanks for coming out and checking out this portion of our yard, and I hope to talk to you guys soon. See you in the next video, whenever that is.